we can go further. Please, I would like to invite Anastasiia MAKARENKO. Yes, Anastasiia is here with us offline. Anastasiia will have presentation with topic urban cycling as part of sustainable mobility for the post-war green reconstruction and recovery of Ukraine. Anastasiia is an executive director of Cycle. This is Kyiv Cyclists Association NGO. Her activities focus on advocating for cycling infrastructure, promoting cycling, and improving traffic safety. So she is a co-developer also of urban cycling masters plans for Ukrainian cities of Berdyansk, Melitopol, Kherson, Slavyansk, and Mirgorod. Such painful cities names for us now, but that was a very, I am sure, great experience. Anastasiia with Cycle are working on the national Bike to School campaign to integrate safe cycling education in Ukrainian schools and promote sustainable mobility. Moreover, starting next semester, the National Transport University, together with Cycle, will introduce a new master's degree module, planning and organization of cycling mobility. So now, not only school but also university involved in this field. So we are confident that this is a new milestone in Ukrainian higher education. Anastasiia, please, the floor is yours.
And she was graduated from our university.
Yes, the one of the most important, not most, but really exciting thing for us that Anastasiia is our graduated, and it's really when we didn't know about this when we started communication, but when we understand it and realized it was really a big and pleasant surprise for all of us. Please.
Thank you very much for invitation and for this opportunity. Can I use this? Це можна розглядати чи ні?
Цей, не знаю. Вже просто голос тихий.
Він не тихий, він сівший. Я гучна, але не сьогодні. Ні, я зможу, але не так голосно.
We have a little bit sounds troubles because Anastasiia has a little bit problem with voice, so we need few seconds for receive this moment. Включить микрофон.
Це я справді тихо говорю. Я не можу більше. Hello everyone. Thank you for the invitation and for this extra talk for my voice. It's not strong today, but I'm really happy to join this conference. I'm not the academic representative, and also I'm not a city council representative, but I'm a Ukrainian civil society activist, and more than 10 years of my professional life is dedicated to the development of urban cycling agenda, and we do this together with my wonderful organization which called Cycle, and today is a presentation about urban cycling agenda as a part of sustainable mobility for green reconstruction and recovery of Ukraine. Provided by this
European Cyclists Federation, which has and we our work as well as the example of Ukrainian cycling network umbrella demonstration with the important we have our organization our team our located several weekly with very important format recovery. This one
advocated and explicit council supported cycle master plan for Kyiv city. In 2020, state standards of Ukraine for planning and designing cycling infrastructure were developed in 2020, it's a mistake, for better safety for children and using Ukraine within the nation.
Мені гаразд, як ви скажете. Мені буде гаразд, як ви скажете. Давай.
Надзвичайно хороша презентація. Чути технічні незручності.
Добре. Okay, so let's start from like the Build Back Better, we are starting from the base of sustainable mobility. It's a pyramid of mobility priorities. This infographic shows the ideal pyramid for mobility politics in order to achieve sustainability in our cities. There are many great versions of mobility pyramids. On this slide, you can see two of them. They can have different combinations, but the main idea like this. And for example, a couple of Ukrainian cities have already adopted it as a key principle for the further development of their transport system. And they are not just declaring, but taking in the first steps for implementing such cities like Lviv, Vinnytsia, as you know. Kyiv just declared, but not implement, unfortunately, a principle for transport system. Basically, you can see that the active mobility is at the top. Parents with baby strollers, a person in a wheelchair, and individual cars go to the bottom of the pyramid. A main focus on prioritizing is walking, cycling, and public transport in general mobility policies of public institutions. It allows us to prioritize clean, green, and electric energy principles and values for our cities and communities. Our vision that reconstruction and recovery of Ukraine should be within the framework of sustainable development. According to the report of European Cyclists Federation, How Cycling Delivers to Global Goals, cycling transport contributes to achieving of 11 of the 17 global sustainable development goals. Good health, gender equality, social justice, etc., etc. So the benefits of cycling, investing in cycling, more than you can imagine. Second point, that EU legislation on cycling give us a green light, gives Ukrainian cities and communities green light for development of urban cycling. The development of cycling is in line with the goals of the Ukraine Transport Strategy 2030, and I mentioned it at the beginning that it was our advocacy achievements of Ukrainian civil society in 2018, and like now we have this cycling block at our strategy, and the general direction of EU mobility development. In February 2023, the European Parliament has passed a historic resolution calling for the European Commission to develop a European cycling strategy with the aim of doubling the number of kilometers cycled in Europe by 2030. This historic political declaration by the Parliament is a key boost to cycling in Europe. And last event, very huge for cycling development, is that in April 2024, the European Declaration on Cycling was adopted. And as I remember, next week, we meet firstly in here at the university and had first open lecture for students about urban cycling for Ukraine, the meaning, how it is important, and it was also connected with this event. In Ukraine, we have a huge public demand for the creation of conditions for safe cycling. It is proved by our national and international campaigns that we provided during the war. And I will show several examples. What do you cycle during the war right now for Ukrainian cities, and how it helpful and important. During the war and recovery, cycling became an element of resilience for Ukrainian hromadas and gained new meaning as a part of country's energy independence concept. Bicycle is an effective response to the challenges of war, the destruction of infrastructure, lack of fuel, the need to rely on our own strength for a while, and the daily need to cope with stress. This is proved by the conclusions of experts in mobility and public infrastructure development, as well as the practical results of our two campaigns. First one is the international humanitarian campaigns Bikes for Ukraine, and our national campaign Bike to School that we conducted last 3 years. Over the 2 years of our international humanitarian campaign Bike for Ukraine, we have managed to provide right now more than 2,000 of bicycles for more than 75 war-affected communities in Kyiv, Chernihiv, Sumy, Kharkiv, Donetsk, Dnipro, Kherson, Mykolaiv, and Odessa regions of Ukraine. Currently, we have more than 3,000 requests for bicycles from Horomadas, and we continue to receive requests. In such, we strive to increase the mobility of Ukrainian volunteers, critically important communal services, and make humanitarian and other help more accessible to those who need it more. Such kind of help for Ukrainian people to become more mobile during the war, it means to save lives sometimes. Our bicycles from this campaign improves mobility in frontline and occupied territories, make humanitarian and other aid more accessible to those who need it most. Moreover, it helps to increase social cohesion in communities and helps improve the mental health on the population. The second example, it was our success because in April 2022, it was in April 2022, we signed a memorandum on cooperation with the Ministry of Science and Education of Ukraine on integration safe cycling education to the school program. It was in April, and our cooperation is continuing. And several words about this campaign. Together with the network of bike mentors, we have created and successfully developing across Ukraine within the Bike to School campaign and promote sustainable school mobility in Hromadas, encourage children and adults to adopt a healthy and active lifestyle, to increase their cycling safety awareness and participation in road traffic. And right now, we have more than 2,000 Ukrainian teachers that officially certified as bike mentors and provide these classes for Ukrainian school children. Sometimes it also in online format, but it does not matter. They want, and it is their own initiation to provide our practices and about to be these ambassadors of bike to school, of road safety for school children, and a lot of, unfortunately, not a lot of, but some kids, some school children come back to Ukraine. And they come back to Ukrainian school, and when they see bike parkings at the schoolyard, bike mentors lessons as like new initiation, something new for Ukrainian education, for them it's like it's about build back better. It's about better future, democratic future. It's like a symbol of this freedom and. In this grassroots level. And was last my case example, it's a cycling community contest, which we started officially first time in spring 2024 in partnership with our colleagues from Bike City consulting team. We launched the context for Ukrainian communities, and the goal of this all-Ukrainian open competition was to create a comfortable and safe environment for cycling, which allows to the widest possible range of people to use a bicycle freely, increase mobility and traffic safety in the community. Ensuring the development of cycling infrastructure in communities is one of the objective national transport strategy of Ukraine. This was like our common impact to this process, but like in practical level. And the competition contributes to the balanced reconstruction and development of Ukrainian communities. And the Mykolaiv city community won the All Ukrainian Open Competition 2024. And Bike City Consulting developed a cycling route design project for them for free. It was like in kind impact, and Mykolaiv City Council from their side guaranteed to complete this route, to build this route for 100% till the end of 2025. So it's like a cooperation between city and city invests their budget money for building, and from our side it's a design project. Yes, and it's our actual narrative. It was actual for us before full-scale war, but now we have a huge in Ukrainian society, we have huge demand for accessibility in public spaces for different levels, and this tendency that it will rise up. And it is important for cycle infrastructure help it help our city to become more barrier-free accessible. It is important for people with disabilities and Ukrainian veterans in Ukraine because cycle infrastructure is barrier-free infrastructure. It can be used not only by cyclists, but also by people in wheelchairs and users of personal electric vehicles. So it's, because we don't have any, we have this term cycle infrastructure, but it's not only about bicycles, it's about new options for people in city. And on this slide you can see a map of Ukraine, and with a research result of our colleagues from Bike City Consulting this year. Here is cities and communities that have some documents that define the development of cycling infrastructure in communities. From one hand, Ukraine is one of the few countries in Europe that still does not have a national policy for the development of cycling. But from other hand, you can see that communities in Ukraine with adopted local policy of different level, which include cycle infrastructure, it's a lot. And this is a good sign, and sincere demonstration of grassroots local demand. Thus, we see a great public demand for safe cycling in general and the development of cycling mobility in Ukrainian hromadas. That is why there is a need of Ukraine to form a national policy to support cycling, to develop cycling infrastructure, and to include cycling mobility as a part of Ukraine's sustainable development and green post-war recovery. And from one side, it was a problem, but we transformed it into the opportunity. Now in Ukraine, there is a critical lack of transport engineers and traffic planners of cycling infrastructure who are able to plan and organize cycling mobility in local communities and for local communities and for a regional level. We have some great people who does it right now, but it's like just several people in Ukraine. They are very unique, but cycling is very general scene. And we need more professionals in this topic if we want to have this cycling friendly recovery of our cities. And currently, right now, in Ukrainian universities, there are no graduated programs focused on cycling mobility. But at the same time, cycle infrastructure planning in hromadas has become doubly important today due to the following factors. First one, many communities have experienced a sharp increase in population due influx of internally displaced people. And second one, increase the level of poverty and rising prices for fuels. And the leading Ukrainian transport university flagged the rising need to open a cycling mobility course and show their readiness for cooperation. And I'm so happy that in May this year we signed a memorandum of cooperation with the National Transport University as Cycle, as our NGO, and decided to develop this relevant educational course, firstly in Ukraine. And it will be development in January next January.
In February.
In February 2025, officially we start and we launch the academic pilot education course planning and organization of cycling mobility here in the National Transport University within the framework of master program transport technologies, including specialty smart transport and logistics for cities, transport and logistics system of cargo vehicle transportation, and intelligent traffic management system. The program are implemented by the Department of Transport System and Road Safety. This for personally for me, now it's the most important stage on this big vision of integration of cycling agenda to all Ukrainian green recovery plans. And my last slide, why it is so important. In the context of Ukrainian recovery and reconstruction process, cycle infrastructure is an element of modernization and innovation for our cities. Cycle infrastructure ensures inclusiveness and barrier-free accessibility, improves road safety and sustainable mobility, and support mental and physical health of our people. Opportunities for convenient and safe cycling make our cities more comfortable, safe, and sustainable for people living, and make cycling attractive to more residents. And this story also about new opportunities. The integration of safe cycling conditions into Ukrainian national reconstruction and European integration policies will open new opportunities for attracting new expertise and financial resources for us in this topic, as it is a component of green reconstruction for international partners as well. The recovery and European integration of Ukraine is a window of opportunity for safe cycling to become a part of sustainable mobility and to be integrated into national policies, strategies, and projects.
Thank you, Anastasiia, very much. I think we need maybe. Okay, I think everything's okay. Okay, good. I'm worried about the sound. And we are really also looking forward to start our course. And thanks for this cooperation. Thank you that you believe in us. That this cooperation started thanks to you. And to it.
Yeah, several words about because it was a story about our whole organization work during last more than 15 years, but actually 10 years it was about national advocacy. Personally, I'm joined to our organization 10 years ago. Next year, after graduating the university, I'm alumni of the National Transport University. And for me, this story is closely connected with Revolution of Dignity, with Euromaidan values, because it was 11 years ago. And now these dates, we celebrate this important stage of our Ukraine state. And for me, all last 10 years, it was invest in this within my organization to invest in this best future of Ukraine, to these values of freedom, of dignity in this way, because it's very practical way how to show what does it mean to feel dignity at the Ukrainian streets, to feel freedom with your choice of with your mobility choice. It's not just about transport, it's more wider vision about values, about how we in which way we want to see Ukraine in future, and this important component of this picture of future.
Thank you, and I'm sure that higher education also is an important component in developing the cycling infrastructure and the cycling movement in general in Ukraine. And this is our way to sustainability, to accessibility of cities accessibility. So that's absolutely great that we finally meet and have these ideas, and we are realizing this idea. Okay, any questions, please? Online question.